What's up, everybody? Holliwood Cole back for another Let's Play Cowabunga Collection. And I think we're going to mess around here with the arcade Turtles in Time. And this one looks like the arcade version. Yeah, arcade version here. This is the Super Nintendo version, which are a little bit different. And I played one on 360 back in the day, Xbox 360, and it was a remake of Turtles in Time. So I thought, oh man, this is going to be awesome. And it was the arcade version, way shorter. I don't really remember a whole lot of it. So we're going to give it a try. I'm assuming we're going to beat it just simply because you can just push start as much as you want and continue as much as you want. But let's see what happens. Let's see if there's a few surprises. It's been years. All right, I'm going to pick. So on the Super Nintendo, their Turtles are different. I didn't realize that. Raphael is actually the strongest one in the Super Nintendo version. So we're going to go with him, and we're going now. Wait, nope, we're going now. Got to get some timings here with audio. And I don't know, I don't like this one square here. This intro is... Oh. Pizza Power song, all right. Hey, I can dig it, man. All right, let's see. Ooh. Yeah, give me... I'm just pushing start, and I'm getting all these extra guys here. Not exactly sure why. I don't... Okay, we push B to start.
This is April O'Neil reporting.
Hey, Krang! Bring that statue back, you bloated beanbag!
Alright, before we start... Oh, I just put... Okay, you just push start. All I'm trying to do here is... Okay, that's how you rewind. I remember that. Okay, here we go. Now I want to get this screen size full. Now. Better. So, just attack, jump. I think it's just special. That's just a jump kick. Yeah, push over, he does his kick. Well, I got 87 lives. I shouldn't have a problem here. This is obviously just like the Super Nintendo version. Sound isn't quite as good. In fact, the sound's not good, not nearly as good.
Pizza time!
I don't remember playing this in the arcade at all. I remember the arcade game one from way back in the day. The first, I mean, that's probably one of the first beat 'em ups that we ever played. It was awesome. Don't remember this one in the arcade at all. What I remember about this game, the Turtles in Time, was Clearfire asked me to come play a new game. I got a secret game, come check it out. And I remember playing, you've heard us play it on the podcast. I heard us say it on the podcast if you've been listening, but I remember I couldn't believe it. I was like, this game is amazing. Is this really happening? I remember thinking it was like a dream or something. It was that cool for us back then. So you can, yeah, 4 players on arcade, which is cool. The Turtles in Time was 2-player only. Oh, look at these kicks. They got new moves. The explosions are cool. Definitely cooler. There's some more pizza. Sure, I'll get it. All right, Baxter Stockman. He has been... Let's do a jump kick. Also on the Super Nintendo version. Ooh, just yeah, the sound is. I wonder why the sound is so different. And then he gets the gun that shoots the big hand out. Super Nintendo did have excellent sound. That's what set it apart from the Sega for sure, the Genesis. But from the arcade, I mean, I think it has better sound than this arcade game. Oh, that was cool. Like how he died.
Cowabunga! Alley Cat Blues.
It looks like Metalhead. I know one of the things that they've done is they did not have Rat King as the boss for the sewer. Speaking of Ninja Turtles, I did see the new Ninja Turtles movie with the kids, and I remember speaking to Clear about it, and he said, I don't know if he saw it or not, but he was not ready to see it. Some of the characters he didn't like or something, but the little boxing guy was new.
Pizza time.
But I think they did a good job. They did a good job kind of revamping it because the way the Turtles are, they're teenagers. They don't know anything about life, and they react. The way they react to certain things is really funny. The art style in that was kind of throws you off at first, but it kind of you get used to it. I mean, I guess it kind of fits just as a whole revamp. Certainly set up for a sequel at the end, but I really liked that one. That was a really good. I think that was probably one of the best reboots ever for like a franchise like that. It just brought the Turtles back to being silly teenagers and not these, these big monstrosities like the other two latest Ninja Turtle movies they were just big ugly things. So I didn't see the second one of those. So with Rocksteady and Bebop, but
Pizza power! Cool off, sucker!
only 85 more men.
Pizza time! I'm going to mangle you, green slime ball.
I can't remember. Was it Bebop at the end of this stage? Or was it Metalhead on the Super Nintendo? Maybe it was Metalhead. I think it was Metalhead. The arcades were very difficult so that you would get required to put more quarters in, of course. But it seems like you can kind of stun like these bosses with a lot of just punching. I say that, then I get beat down. I don't see my cheek. Oh, that took away. He's just... He's pushing X right there. I don't know how many buttons are on the arcade, but if you push both of them at the same time, punch and jump, he does that special, but they got a button on the Cowabunga collection that just does the special. It's X. Playing it on the Nintendo Switch. I don't know why he jumps like that. I don't push up, he just jumps. When you push X, A and B at the same time, that's what he does.
My toes! No! No! My toes! My toes!
So I don't know when the Super... This just came out in 91, it said, so I'd been like 10 or 11 years old. So it'd been this, it'd been out a while to be this popular. And it's hard to overstate how cool the Ninja Turtles were to us at 8 years old or whatever. I mean, they were awesome, dude. I literally remember watching the live action one at home. I loved it so much, and then I kind of became of age and kind of like realized, like, it's fun and I love them so much, but they're not real. They're not even real. And I know that sounds like, yeah, no kidding, it's just a show, but when you're young, you don't really think like that. You think, oh man, that'd be so cool. The Ninja Turtles are so cool, but then you're like, I guess you just realize, like, this is a movie. This is not, there's no such thing. And I knew there was no such thing at that moment, right? I just knew, oh man, I'm never gonna like meet the Ninja Turtles or anything. It's just make believe. But my final desperate attempt, I remember talking to my mom and dad, and I said, Dad, are the Ninja Turtles real? And my dad was like, no, just like, no, not at all. My mom was like, no, Steve, yes, they are. Because I was that young, she was scared to break my little heart. Sweet mom. But I knew it wasn't real, no matter what. Not even mom can make them real. That's what they meant to us, man. I'm telling you, dude, it was an unbelievable time. Jeez, I mean, we're just sitting here getting destroyed by these.
My patience is wearing thin. I'm banishing you to a time warp from which you will never return.
All right, just out of the blue. This is how the arcade went down. It's called Turtles in Time, and all of a sudden Shredder's head shows up in the sewer and with a magic crystal in his helmet, and then we're banished. Not exactly how it went down on the Super Nintendo version. It made a little bit more sense there. I think, man, you literally skipped like maybe 1 or 2 stages right there. I don't think Crane has a stage, at least in his super body there. Rock soldiers from Dimension X, they got sent back in time too. The whole first, season or two, if I remember correctly, it was just Crane begging Shredder, build me a body, where's my body? Build my new body. That's how he said it. And he used to walk around with this little two-legged, AT-ST looking thing with a glass case over his head. So they got his new body, and the Turtles had their match met. They had to overcome it. How were they going to overcome the new body that could grow, shrink, all these special things they could do?
Forgot the sun cream.
Forgot my sun cream, man. That voice sounds so unnatural too. It's like the actor just had to kind of strain to make that voice. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same actor just making different voices for each different turtle. This was Slash. Oh no, it's some goo monster. It was Slash in the Nintendo version. I do not remember this guy. Turn around, Ralph. You go. You got it.
Pizza time.
He's got to go it alone, just like the old movie. You don't have his bros with him. Got to stop Shredder all by yourself.
Man, I just had a shower.
This is actually pretty easy for a arcade game. Now I know I got a ton of lives, so I don't remember how many I started with. So I may have lost like 10 lives for all I know. That'd have been a lot of quarters. 10 quarters. I think maybe you got 2 lives per quarter. So 5 quarters, $1.25, which was like $2.50 for inflation.
Man, I just had a shower. Man, I just had a shower.
Kind of cool. He's throwing that stuff on him. I mean, it's like unique to the boss. Little animation unique to the boss. It's kind of a cool deal. All right. This had Bebop. Okay, there you go. I can see that's Slash. It was Bebop and Rocksteady. They just switched. Moved him up one.
My nose.
My nose. And it kind of sounds like the Sega version of Hyperstone Heist or something. The sound of the hits. There's like no bass in it or something.
My nose.
Yeah, I mean the voice. I wonder if the Turtles all say the same thing, and if they do, they just get a different voice for each turtle, or do they all just say the same thing, one voice? That is one thing about the movie, the first live-action movie. Of course, the stormtroopers, the foot soldiers were not robots. They were robots in the cartoon, and I never read the comics. As far as I know, I think that the comics that I did read were based off the cartoon later on, and it kind of messed you up that they were real people in the live-action movie, just because it was kind of like, oh, that's a little part that's different. Casey Jones was cool in the movie.
My nose.
It's actually, I think it's a pretty good movie. The second one, Secret of the Ooze, was cool because they had New Mutants, and it was fun to watch. But when you go back and watch it, it's like, man, they kind of really was kind of goofy, try to make it to more where the Turtles didn't use their weapons as much, trying to tone down the violence a little bit. And they just had different voices too. It's just kind of weird. But is it Ernie Reeves, the little kid, the pizza guy in part 2? He actually played one of the Turtles. I didn't realize that in the first movie. Oh, that's what it said on YouTube. Oh, this is Toka and Razor. This isn't Slash. Awesome. Let's see what they do. I mean, I know that Bebop and Rocksteady had the whip and the sword, and they get it caught up. And they kind of fight each other. Let's see if they do it. You just have to beat one of them. Oh, no, you beat one, he turns back into the pup.
Bury my shell and
Looks like Leatherhead. Yeah, the Super Nintendo version, I believe, is superior to this one. I mean, it is cool. You play 4 players on this. You're just missing a few stages. But Nintendo was always like that. I mean, any arcade game, you know, the Sega was known for their arcade, you know, duplication. You know, you can play arcade hits at home, and that was the big thing. Altered Beast. And of course, then they went to sports and all that. But Nintendo always put their little spin on it. And you know, this is what's so scary about Nintendo later on. I'm scared. I mean, I don't know if it's Shigeru Miyamoto. You know, he may. I don't know what his current influence is at Nintendo, what his current job is or anything. I don't really keep up with that part of it. But I mean, he's certainly the fun factor. I mean, I know that he got known for his games. You know, obviously Zelda and, you know, directed a few games, and the fun factor that Nintendo still holds is so nice. Like, even with like Double Dragon, with adding the heart system, made it better. I mean, I don't think that's way better than like the Sega version of Double Dragon, or even the arcade version. I think you get it on like the Switch on the Wii or something at some point. Maybe not. Whatever you can get the arcade version of Double Dragon, it's just not. I don't think it's as fun. The Nintendo version holds up now. It's still fun to play now. Same way for Double Dragon 2. But they just put that spin on it because they couldn't do everything the arcade could do, so they were forced to. And it worked out great. So the same thing for this one. I mean, I don't think it was a limitation. You know, hardware limitation for this, obviously, because I mean, I think the Super Nintendo version of this is superior in sound and everything. This came out, I saw that on 91. This came out in 91, at least it said copyright 91. I don't know when Turtles in Time came out. I thought it was around the same time. Maybe not, because Super Nintendo came out in like 91. So that may be why. This may be like 2 or 3 years older. But they still added their Nintendo flair to it and made it so much better.
Oh, goody.
Pizza time.
And if you listen to the HnK Video Game Experience, our podcast, you'll know that we kind of talk about the fun factor of the old Nintendo games all the time, you know. And some of that may be nostalgia, but you got to think about it. I was in film school for a little bit, and I remember in one of the film classes, one of the instructors that we were watching old retro movies, and one of the old school directors or producers, I don't remember, it didn't really matter, of the day said, right when they started adding color to film, they said color's going to ruin film. And so you're like, well, how is that what do you mean color's going to ruin film? It's going to be better. But think about it. I mean, it's the same with these special effects, dude. When you don't have those things, you have to write a good, engaging story. You have to keep people's attention some other way than just doing all these cool visuals and stuff like that. And I think the Star Wars movies prove that great. You know, the first couple Star Wars movies, 4, 5, and 6, they didn't have all those visual. They had limitations, so we had to write a good story, and that's what makes Star Wars. I won't get into all that. George Lucas thought it was different. He thought they were watching it for the special effects, so that's why I did 1, 2, and 3 like that, and we all know how that turned out. So the point is, man, when you didn't have all these graphics like you have now and all these named actors and the ability to make these cinematic, blockbuster games, you had to rely on fun factor and really good writing. And I'm not saying that those games don't have, the new games don't have that either. I'm not saying they don't have that, but what I'm saying is that, you have to really kind of go out of your way to do it, because you can rely and make a good game with just really good special effects, good shooting mechanics, etc., etc. That's one of these boxing things. That's kind of weird. I wonder why it wasn't those little one-wheeled things that shoot out the electric whip. I don't remember those boxing things from the cartoon, little boxing robots. That's so crazy what you remember as a kid. All these little things will start bringing back memories. The party wagon. If you had the party wagon back then, everybody was at your house playing Ninja Turtles. It was a big deal to get all 4 Ninja Turtles. And I remember a Ninja Turtle. I wish I had Clearfire to confirm this, and I cannot remember for sure. A Ninja Turtle in the package new was either $4.95 or $3.95, something like that. It was either $4 or $5. I can't remember. I knew exactly how much it was.
Pizza time.
But when you got all 4 turtles, probably Raphael was my last one, because he was never my favorite. Man, I'm fighting Crane right now. I thought they said you didn't fight Crane. Maybe they're talking about in the Technodrome. That's probably what they're talking about. So you can just kind of lock them up. I'm just like pushing a button as fast as I can. Maybe I found a glitch. I can imagine with like more than one guy doing that. I don't remember exactly how many lives I started. It was 80 something. We're gonna say 85 just to keep it. So I've gone through 22 men already. And I thought you'd get 2 per quarter, so that's 11 quarters. Well, I don't know if that's true, but that's what we got on the old arcade game was two lives per quarter. I'm assuming it's the same for this. Yeah, he's still loose.
Starbase.
Oh, there's.
No turtle has gone before.
Okay, I don't know. Because this is the same stage in the Nintendo version too, Super Nintendo version. Oh man. Wow, they've been ramped up the difficulty, boy.
I'm trapped. Pizza power.
That little pizza spinning around thing to kill those enemies is kind of a... Oh, I mean, I don't know, weird. It's a weird thing just because it's like, hey, let's put a little thing in there that you get to kill some enemies. But it only lasts like 2 seconds, 3 seconds. So we'll know, what kind of enemies are going to come out before he leaves the screen here. Like, it seems like it's just for fun. I mean, I get it. It's just a fun factor thing. But, you know, maybe they should come out at random or something. Or maybe like every time you kill so many or do something, they come out. Instead of just like in a pre-made time. You know, it's like, okay, that was fun for about 2.5 seconds. But if I play it again, it's the same. You know, you might get it a few minutes later, but once you leave the screen, it's gone. Yeah, they obviously took the shredder out where you throw the guys at the screen, which is an awesome addition. Like that, and that's how you damage shredder.
Now I'm too cool.
Wow.
Pizza time. Now I'm too cool.
Yeah, they're taking all your quarters last minute. I guess, you know, we're so close to the end. Let's just keep putting quarters in till we finish it. No way we're stopping right here. And I don't know if this is true, but the rumor when we were kids is that the sai is perfect defense against swords. So the sai was invented to combat swords. That's what we were told. And so playing this game, if you came out with us with swords, we're like, ooh, the sai. Raphael's the best to fight these guys with the sais. You know, that's how much we believed it. But I wonder how true that is.
Pizza power.
Like the swords are strong against the bow staff. Bow staff is strong against the nunchucks. Nunchucks are strong against the sword. You know, got it figured out, man.
Anyone got a pin?
I'm not a fan of flying enemies.
Anyone got a pin?
I'm gonna cheese the special. Because I can always come back.
I'm trapped. Anyone got a pin?
So, I thought I remember, I've already been wrong about Crane, so who knows, but I thought I remember they do not have Super Shredder on this one. So far, just a few of the bosses and a couple of stages are taken out. Rat King's not in this one.
Anyone got a pin?
Bebop and Rocksteady were not so far. And they had the slime monster, so Slash was not in this one.
I'm trapped.
And I don't think Super Shredder will be in, but we'll see.
Anyone got a pin?
Oh no, so got one more hit or something. Always the hardest one.
Anyone got a pin?
How did that not hit? They're trying to take up. Well, I spent $6 in quarters on just Crane.
That holds our way home. Let's go.
Technodrome.
Technodrome, the final shell shock.
1991. All right, so this is where we do fight Shredder. All right, he's just not super. He just got a sword. Oh my gosh. Got a lightsaber. If it sounds like a lightsaber swing. It is a terrible sounding kick. See how many hits it takes to die. 1, 2, 3. Seems like it took a lot less. 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 hits. 7, 8. Man, that seems like a lot of hits. Going up here to die. Gotta fall off. There he goes. Man, that was easy.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
37 lives.
overcome the Arc villain Shredder.
So was that 19 quarters or so? Of $5. Not too bad, $5. That's it, I guess. We're just okay. Thanks, Konami.
Big Apple, 3
Wow, that's it. Start over. Man, that's a terrible ending. Shows us on the turtle blimp.
Let's kick shell.
And you just push starts like you're putting in a quarter. Alright. Well, I guess that's Ninja Turtles Arcade. Cool. Well, I'm glad we got to finish. It wasn't too bad. Alright. Later.
I gets money.